Welcome into the I14 Sports Report, heard right here on KNCT-FM Public Radio for Central Texas every Thursday night, live. Yes, sir. Pledge drive is going on right now. We need your support in order to keep the beautiful music, the programming, this show, and the rest of the great shows and programs you hear throughout the day on KNCT-FM. We need your support in order to keep this program on the radio, to keep the beautiful music coming your way. For over 50 years, we've been the heart of Central Texas, and we need your support to keep that heartbeat going. All right, go to knct.org. That's knct.org and make that pledge. Your donation, become a member. There's a great thank you gifts, but the most important thing is you support your local community and you support KNCT-FM. All right, please do so. If you like me at all, if you don't like me at all, call and make that pledge or go to knct.org. All right. You can hear this program on various podcast platforms. Just search I14 Sports Report. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Remember, myknct.com for podcast blogs and weather. They do all kinds of stuff out there. They're unbelievable. knct.org. Make that pledge, all right? We had a great time Wednesday night live from Raising Cane's from the sidelines. I had Coach Savants out from Ellison High School, also linebacker Keyshawn Meeks, one of the best in the area. Kid needs a scholarship, I'll say it again. Also quarterback Sidney Holland, and it was a great, good time out there, and thanks to Raising Cane's. Military Appreciation Night, one more going on, October the 26th at 7 o'clock, Harker Heights versus Cove over at Leo Buckley Stadium. Military Appreciation Night, you're going to get in free with your military ID type. Any type of military ID is going to get you in. Veteran, whatever, disabled veteran, all of them are going to get you in, all right? Let's go and look at our statistics for our first 4 or 5A. District standings: Midlothian 5-0, Red Oak is 5-0, Lake Belton is 5-1, Killeen 3-2, Shoemaker 2-3, Cleburne at 2-4, Ellison at 1-4, Granbury at 1-4, and Waco at 0-6. Last week in double overtime and a heck of a game, crosstown showdown, Killeen defeated Ellison 34-28 in double overtime. It was Lake Belton 45, Granbury 7, Shoemaker 42, Waco 0, and Red Oak defeated Cleburne 35-10. This Friday night's games: Granbury is at Ellison, it's homecoming. Midlothian at Lake Belton. Killeen is on the road at Red Oak, and Cleburne is playing at Shoemaker out at Searles Stadium. Waco has the week off. Top offenses and defenses in the district. Shoemaker up top, averaging 288 yards per game, over 2,000 yards of rushing offense, passing offense. Killeen leading the way with over 2,000 yards of a passing offense. So total offense is Killeen and Shoemaker, and I say they're squaring off next week. Next Friday night, it's going to be a heck of a game. In fact, next Tuesday night, Raising Cane's, Josh Sadler and Toby Foreman on the show with me next Tuesday night. More information coming your way later. Rushing defense, Red Oak right up at the top with Shoemaker. They're neck and neck, only giving up 770-something yards per game. Killeen down at the bottom, giving up a lot of yards per game, 203 yards per game. Passing defense, though, is a no-fly zone over Killeen High, 131 yards per game. That's it that they're giving up. Ellison also in the mix at the bottom, 226 per game. Shoemaker down towards the bottom in passing defense at 163. Total defense starts out with Red Oak, then Shoemaker, then Granbury, then Midlothian, Lake Belton, Cleburne, Waco, Killeen, and Ellison. So it's going to be a heck of a ball game as we have the number 1 and 2 offense going up against the number 2 defense next week. That's going to be a big one, folks. So looking forward to that for sure. Moving on in our statistics here, the interceptions. I want to mention a few of these guys. Malika Square has got 3 interceptions this year already. Also, Jaden Montgomery over Killeen High. Jacoby Freeman at Ellison has 2 also. all the way down. Let me look down through here. DeAndre Bell has one interception on the year. Justice Jonda's got one. Marquise Cross has got one. Looking on down through here, Jayshon Petty has got an interception. And also William Thomas over at Shoemaker's got an interception. Leading tackler in the district, Mr. Keyshawn Meeks, the human wrecking machine, 110 total tackles, 80 solo tackles. Yes, you heard that right, 80 solo tackles. Next closest is a kid from Red Oaks, got 54, but 80 solo tackles by Keyshawn Meeks, 30 assists, 110 total tackles. Next closest man is 76, and that's a young man from Waco. Also, defensive stat-wise, Keyshawn Meeks has 4 sacks, 18 tackles for loss, 7 pressures, 2 forced fumbles, 1 pass breakup, and total defensive plays of 32. Unbelievable, Keyshawn Meeks. I keep talking about him. Moving on to 12-6A, let's look at the standings here. Figueroa Weiss undefeated 4-0, Midway 3-1, Bryan and Heights at 2-1, Hutto at 1-2, Temple in 0-4, and Cove is 0-3. Last week's score: Midway 45, Cove 21, Hutto 52, Temple 31, 42-13 Weiss over Bryan. Those were last week's scores. Midway is at Bryan Friday night. Harker Heights is over at Temple in a very pivotal game for them. They need to win that one. Hutto's at Cove. So those will be some good games for you to head out and check out Friday night around the area in 12-6A. Offense and defensive wise, Hutto up at the top in rushing offense. Heights not as much, but they're number 3 in the passing offense, and overall number 3 in the total offense. In defense, our number 1 rushing defense, Harker Heights, the number 2 passing defense, and the number 2 total defense. Very good defensive job out there by the Harker Heights Knights. Talking about the Knights, let's talk about Dylan Blake. 68% of passing completions right now, 1,800 yards. He should go over 2,000 yards Friday night. 20 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. Another young man that needs a scholarship, Mr. Dylan Blake from Harker Heights High School. Rushing leaders, we got Zarian Evans having a good year, 436 yards and a couple touchdowns for that mainly passing Harker Heights Knights. Receiving leaders, you're going to see Tyler Johnson. He has 6 touchdown catches. Moving on down the way, Tristan Glass, kid over Coppers Cove. Good kid, 4 touchdowns over there on the year so far. Interceptions, I said no fly zone. I mean it. 2 interceptions for Torrance Anthony from Heights. Also, Terrell Washington has 2. Mike Mays has 1. Tanil Nelson has 1. Jacoby Evans has an interception. BJ Hood has an interception. Keyshawn Otis has an interception. No fly zone at Harker Heights, and I do mean it. Tackles, leading tackler in the district is a kid out of Midway. 72 total tackles on the year. Ashton Stanford having a good year with 75 total tackles for the Knights. Also, Terrell Washington's buddy has 72 tackles on the year. Defensive stats wise, KAD, Gabriel Anderson Dale, has 3 sacks on the year, 3 tackles for loss, 11 pressures, 2 forced fumble, 1 pass breakup, total defensive plays 20. And also Terrell Washington doing well for the Harker Heights Knights defensively. Moving on to our next category here, it's volleyball. I know you want to hear about this real quick. Long show, folks, sorry, but we wanted to get this information out here. Lake Belton and Ellison have clinched in 22-5A. Belton and Chaparral are in those next 2 spots. Looks like they're going to get them. Chaparral's at Belton coming up. We've got other games. You check the scoreboard. I'll have those up there for you. Also, Waco Midway, Pflugerville Weiss, and Hutto have made it into the playoffs in 12-6A. Coppers Cove is sitting there on the edge. They'll probably get that 4th spot. So it looks like Lake Belton, Ellison, Belton, and Chaparral going to make the volleyball playoffs, as well as Waco Midway, Pflugerville Weiss, and Hutto. and check out our Facebook page for the different games that are going on, so you can go check them out. All right, Friday night, Hiker Heights is at Temple. We'll have updates for you. Colleen is at Red Oak. We'll have updates for you. Chaparral is at Conley. I'll have updates for you. I'll be live out at Shoemaker and Cleburne at Cyril Stadium. And then homecoming for me, class of 1981 for Dan. And I will be over at Leo Buckley as Ellison takes on the Pirates. The Pirates are coming to town. Thanks for listening to the show. As I said, get on your computer, go to knct.org and make that pledge. They need your support. We need to keep this radio station going. It's been going for over 50 years. Let's keep it rolling along, folks. We need your support. knct.org, all right? And don't forget, i14 Sports, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And good night.
You're watching i14 Sports Network.